Hello internet friends, tonight we are going to review the music by Revoizz. This is an electronic and cinematic music. Welcome to Revoizz, a music project based in AI generation who explores electronic, hypnotic, and melodic techno, cinematic, motivational soundscape designed to enhance focus, discipline, and emotional intensity. From training sessions and workouts to cinematic moments, late night focus, and creative flow, Revoizz deliver powerful tracks built around energy, atmosphere, and mindset. This channel is about consistency over motivation. No shortcuts, just sound, rhythm, and progress. I feel like AI is probably a little bit of a shortcut. I'm not completely against it, but it's just my opinion. Perfect for gym and training sessions, focus on productivity, cinematic videos and visuals, late night creative work, late night as today, and motivation without clichés. I like that. New releases regularly, subscribe, and stay in the zone. So yeah, we got 3 songs from Revoizz to review, so that's pretty interesting. So without much further ado, I'm gonna grab my trusty headphones and let's give it a listen.
I dated it in blue ink, folded every stupid word in half. Coffee ring on the corner, like a little sign you'll never see. I wrote about your last laugh, how it rattled all the window glass, how the room stayed loud for days after you had left your chair empty. Tell you how the plan started. Couldn't fake your careful touch. Your sweater in the hallway, still picking up the dust of us. I underline I miss you, then cross it out, then write it twice. Circle all the questions, like I'm circling love. This is
I had a while without reviewing AI music, and AI is getting scarily better. Back in the day, it had a lot of problems with the height, hi-hats, and the vocals, the height of the vocals, where the air is sounded crunchy. The vocals here sound like too perfect. So yeah, it's like AI-ish, but they don't sound. They sound a little bit artificial in the sense that it's like too perfect. Or I know there are recordings of real people that sound really perfect, but usually it's commercial music, commercial EDM. It's getting to that level without the crunchy heights that AI used to suffer from, but still suffering from the classic AI problems. It's like AI is kind of conservative when it comes to mastering, and this is an area where I can talk really perfectly because I'm into techno. That's what I mostly produce usually, and I work with some artists mastering their songs. AI is pretty conservative when it comes to loudness with the mastering. I had to raise the volume of my audio interface more than I usually do to get the same sensation that I get with the track, the loudness, the power of it. The track is energetic in production, but it's not energetic that much into mastering. I had to push my headphones and my interface more than usual. But that's common with AI. It's pretty conservative. It's afraid of pushing that because that's something human that we want to rumble the club. It's like AI strives for perfection. It's looking to being technically perfect, and pushing the limiter to the max is not something that I will consider technically perfect, but it's something that we usually do to get that loudness in the club or wherever. And the other problem is like there is conservative on the terms of sound design. Sounds great. It's a great track. It has the intro verse. It's pretty logically structured, which is nice. If you're listening to it in the background, like it seems like it's the idea here to listen to hit the gym or whatever. The energy is there, is present, and that's pretty cool. I do really like how the energy of the track, but it's not the kind of track that you're going to remember or whatever. It's like pretty average, not bad, but it's like sounds like generic commercial EDM. It's not something that I can attach to an identity. I mean, for an artist that it has this unique sound and this wobble and this bass and this I don't know, wrist bass or this hi-hat pattern or whatever. Is pretty conservative on that. It's like learning from music, and it's getting better. I gotta admit that it's getting better to the point that is scary, but it's conservative in the sense that it's not doing anything new or anything groundbreaking is there. But it's a nice conversation. I talking more than usually do from one track, but I do like reviewing AI music because I'm not completely against it, and I've been part of the evolution reviewing songs, and at the beginning were really easy to spot. Now it's really difficult to spot. Probably I could say, this was made by someone who likes really commercial and standard EDM, but it's AI for what it seems. So yeah, let's go with the other track called Here We Go, When Small Becomes Infinite. This is dance techno. It's like like the explanation, but I will just put the title. But I think it works probably because I'm going to discuss this at the end of the video, but this is getting really interesting.
Stone wheels, cold rust.
I hate to admit it because the AI thingy, but it sounds really great. I mean, there are some stuff that I would do differently. It's like probably like we mentioned with the height that sounds crunchy or whatever. Probably is not because they are getting better, or it's because the AI is getting better at hiding that. Because on this song is like really inspired. The vibe game is really inspired like by Tiesto, Armin at the beginning of the 2000s, the trance era. I did really like trance music of that era. But it's lacking the hi-hat, it's lacking the crash, that those stuff is like is there, but it's really subtle. So I don't know if is the AI hiding them to not convey that it's AI or whatever, but it's like, I know it's there, but it's really subtle, so you can't, it's really hard to catch that. So yeah, it's just me getting like in my technical mindset. It's like, where is the crash, the hi-hat? So I would like to be them more present, giving that brightness to the song that is kind of lacking. It's suffering from the same thing like the other one. I have to push my interface to get more gain on my headphones or whatever. But this is an enjoyable track at the end of the day. Nice vocal. If you're hitting the gym with this, I'm pretty sure you're going to hit the gym hard with this. And I think that's the idea that Revoizz had. Electronic cinematic music during training sessions, focus on productivity. If you're listening to this in the background, you're just going to say, wow, what a great track or whatever. And I'm focused listening to it, and I can catch some nuances, but I'm enjoying the track and I'm vibing with it. So I kind of hate that because, like I mentioned, I'm not a hater of AI. It's an empowering tool that's pretty nice. It's going to help do a lot of stuff. It's going to make the process easier for a lot of stuff. But the generative AI is like a topic that artists don't want to touch because there is a lot of people that are going to be without jobs. I'm going to put a really close example. Like my best friend is he makes video lyrics. He's an animator. He's the most amazing guy that I know on After Effects. He does sort of amazing things. And now we have generative video lyrics. He makes a lot of video lyrics for great artists and whatever. And now we got generative video lyrics. Of course, there are some stuff that is badly written, poorly written, but I'm pretty sure in 1 year or two is going to be perfect. I'm pretty sure of that. So yeah, it's like there is this topic with generative AI that it's like a danger for too many jobs or whatever. Yeah, it's scarily good. Not only on sound but also on the visuals is getting like a little bit better. So yeah, probably we're going to need another job in the future, including my friend. I used to make a lot of music. Nowadays I don't produce too much. I just mix and master for some artists, but I need to come back to Ableton. But this is like surprising me. It's like it's getting that much better, and I take too much time to make a track at that. Probably I need to embrace some tools or whatever, but I'm never leaving the craft the original way. Probably I will ask AI like, hey, how I make this synth and please get similar sound with these notes or whatever, this scale. But I'm not leaving the old way. I love the tools, I love the craft, but there is something here that I'm going to discuss at the end of the video because I know where this is going, and I think Revoizz knows what he's doing. So yeah, let's listen to our last track. This is festival energy, explosive techno beats, high BPM workout music. I don't know, that's a name of a track, but yeah, explosive beats, whatever it is, like it's a little bit generic, but the energy of the track is there, and I know where this is going.
Laserism. Losing control to find yourself. Light belongs to us. scar turns into light. Every fall rewrites the fight. Heart of steel, breath of fire. I don't break, I go higher. Hear the sound, feel the call. This is now. I won't fall. I went home. Night belongs to us. Night belongs to us. Night belongs to us. I'm unbreakable, unstoppable. Through the fire, I stand tall. Hear the sound, feel the call. This is now, I won't fall. Fight unbreakable, unstoppable. Through the fire, from the ashes, I become.
Really interesting, really cool for the gym. Probably this one was made with an older algorithm, probably because it sounds really compressed, like the hi-hat sounds distorted. The things that I've been mentioning that it's usual with AI. Probably this was my least favorite of all. It's like it's the one that sounds more generic. It has some powerful stuff and some interesting sound design decisions there, and I like the track. Like I mentioned, for hitting the gym or doing exercise is like a nice track, but it's the one that sounds obviously more AI. I had to raise the volume like with the other tracks like a lot, but sounds like really compressed. Like, you get me. If you're into music, you know what I'm talking about. There are some parts that sounds like it was like a compressed MP3 and you export it and you re-export it again and you're losing quality with each export. I feel like it's like that is like when you download your music like 320 kbps and then you compress it to 128 and then it's like 96 and sounds like a little bit bad, but it's not like the track is bad, it's just like the compression destroys the track. That happens with this track like a little bit. YouTube compresses tracks but not to this level, and it's just like something like it with AI thing. But yeah, let's talk about our artist here. I will call it a successful businessman because I think Revoizz or the people or the guy or the girl that is behind it is a genius. I'm opening here the social media or whatever. This Instagram not available. We got it here on Spotify. And yeah, I have a buy me a coffee. I'm gonna drop the links below. I think Revoizz is a genius. Let me explain the reasoning behind it. It has like 15, almost 59,000 subscribers. It's a lot of songs that are getting a lot of plays. 57k, 24k here, 30k, 30k, 59k. 350k. It's a genius move because you're putting a lot of tracks out there. AI, easy to make, sounds decent, sounds great. The idea is even explained here. It's not a pretentious artistic project. It's something that is for focus, training sessions, productivity, listen on the background, easy listening. For sure, I'm pretty sure this channel is monetized, so it's a pretty smart business decision, in my opinion. You're a genius. So yeah, that's very awesome. Like I mentioned, I'm not against AI, but there is some ethical things to think about at the end of the day, if I'm being honest. But man, you're a genius. It's like putting a lot of stuff, getting a lot of plays, people is enjoying it in the background, they don't realize it. We got like mixes with 63k plays, probably it's an ad here and there and you're making money of it. Man, you're doing it great on a, I think on a financial way. Is like a really smart decision to do this, start a project like this. You had some time doing it and seems like it's going well, so that's pretty awesome. And like I mentioned, I don't think is the most ethical thing, like just doing lots of AI music and put it out there. But there is also something that seems like Revoizz knows music, about music. Is not probably is a musician that decided to try this, and let's see how it goes, because it seems like it knows a little bit about music. I'm watching the profiles, I'm watching the stuff. Seems like he's a musician behind this. It's not any crazy guy doing it just for the money. It seems like there is some passion behind it. So I do respect that. It seems like it's not only for money grabs or whatever. AI, I'm gonna be on the trend or whatever. It seems like he's a musician behind it. So I do respect that. But it's like a genius business move. It's like, from an artist standpoint, it's something that I don't respect too much. It's like it took me months, days, weeks to make songs for me and work on them, and all the time that I put on them. Just to be prompting. I know with the Suno Studio you can make your own inputs and whatever, and depends on the algorithm or what are you using. You can, it's not too lazy. You can do some stuff, input some stuff, do some work by yourself. But it is something like, it's a conversation from another day. Like I mentioned, I'm not against AI or whatever. The tracks sound a little bit on the generic side because AI trains over a lot of tracks and is going to grab the most basic stuff and put it together and play it safe, like I mentioned. But there are some tracks that are sounding great, especially the second track. It was the one that I think sounds really great and is convincing, and if you're listening in the background, I'm not going to care. Happened to me. I review music. Happened to me like 3 months ago. It was letting YouTube in on automatic, and I was doing my stuff. I was working. I can't remember what, and I was enjoying some jazz, and then I was like, "Hey, but this is like sounds like a little bit weird." And then I moved to the channel, and yeah, it was AI jazz, and I had been listening to it for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes until I realized, because I was listening to it in the background. So yeah, I was enjoying it, yes. This AI, okay, this moral debate, if it's right to do it or not, whatever. Music at the end of the day is like, there are some important things like the message, the passion you put behind it, and that's pretty important. But also for most people is a form of escapism, entertainment. They don't care about, oh, the artist suffered like a lot to create this or whatever. Most people, the casual listeners, don't care. They just want to get away from reality and enjoy some music and whatever. And I think this is doing a great job for that. It's perfect for the gym, I gotta admit. So yeah, thank you for sending me these reviews. When I review AI music, sometimes it gets long because we had to discuss a lot of stuff, but it's really interesting because it makes me reflect on how it's going, the technology, and where it's taking us. So yeah, thank you for sending me this. I hope you enjoyed this review. Yeah, the AI is getting scarily good at the stuff we make. So yeah, hope to see you in another one. Bye.